Why hello there, still unnamed fan base. I'm Jarvis, and the internet was a mistake. Today we're talking about a Riddles channel from the creator of 5 Minute Crafts, and it's called, can you guess? 7-Second Riddles. How'd you do? You saw it in the title. Now, I really wanted to lay this topic to rest by now because I have talked about 5 Minute Crafts enough to last a lifetime, but I'm a man of the people, and 7-Second Riddles has been like the most requested topic for me for like the last 3 months. So I finally broke down and watched the channel, and I'm very confused. I just have no idea who this channel is for, but this isn't gonna be a video just bashing 7-Second Riddles, talking about how bad it is. Now, the content is bad, but I think it's more for reasons that aren't obvious. What's that in the distance? Is that a moral argument? Yeah? We better finish up quick before this turns into a psychology class. 7-Second Riddles posts like 5 times a day, which is absurd. And the videos claim to boost your IQ, or that only like geniuses or the top 1% can solve them, or that normal people can't solve them or something. I don't know. Just weird titles. Completely unrelated titles. This quiz is gonna fucking... Only X-Men can solve this thing. Only people with good relationships with their fathers can pass this quiz. And speaking of clickbait, all of their thumbnails depict these like cartoon scenes that pose salacious questions like, who's telling the truth? Or who killed the math teacher? Jesus. Which maid is a man? Who killed the maid? There's like a narrative. The riddles themselves are all pretty dark. They're usually about like crime or death, lying, cheating. Oh, and the worst crime of all, being poor. When you look at it, you think this is supposed to be for kids, right? So as we go through some of the riddles on 7-Second Riddles channel, I want you to think to yourself, like, who is this for? 7-Second Riddles describe themselves as the place for the best riddles and answers in the world. Whether you're a riddle wizard or a noob, we have the best riddles with answers all in one place. All in one place, wow. Can you imagine if they had a separate channel just for the answers? So with that, let's put our mind's puzzle power to the test. I'll be your riddle wizard today, so strap in. So this is the first video I watched, and I'm just reading the title of it for the first time. It's called 16 Brain Teasers That'll Turn Your Brain On. Not gonna lie, that intro was a banger. Okay, first off, how dare you? There's no answer to this that isn't problematic. Second, I can't see anything because they keep putting the magnifying glass over it. Really? So he's not poor because he has a watch, or maybe this is supposed to be like a smart watch, like an Apple Watch or something, but that doesn't make it any better. Homeless people can have smartphones and smartwatches. It's like a good use of resources. I feel like any of these guys could have not been poor. Like that's Louis C.K. That's the guy from the movie Her. Any of these people could have money by their logic. My brain is very not turned on right now. Oh wow, it's a series. Oh shit. This lady has a necklace with blue things on it, so she's fucking loaded. Hang on, let me get a price check on this. Wow, haha, sly. She thought she could slip that past us. Okay, so this one's pretty easy. This woman is clearly playing a Stradivarius violin. It's worth millions of dollars, so boom, my brain, it's on, light bulb. All right, who is it? Comments? What kind of cop-out bullshit is that? What do the comments say? Wow, you always cheer my brain on. Can you maybe do less comments? That's from Cold Pineapple. Holy shit, this music. This music is so unnecessarily intense. Jake Smith was fond of animals. There's no voiceover on these riddles, unlike Brightside's riddles, which are very similar. So I'm just gonna do the voiceover in like a weird voice. At his house, he had a dog, a cat, and a parrot. He spent much time with his lovely pets every day. All his family members were jealous of the pets. Jealous of the pets? Aren't they family pets? Is this a riddle? Feeling that they didn't get the much attention the... Oh, sorry, there's a typo in this. Feeling they didn't get that much attention the pets got one Friday evening when Jake was out. It's like one long run-on sentence. His favorite dog, Petey, was found dead in the garden. Jesus. And they're like showing the dog. It's so disrespectful. Jake immediately rushed back home. He was furious about this and called a private detective. He didn't like talk to his family first? He's not even home yet and he's already investigating his own family? The detective asked Jake's wife about what happened. I was sleeping at the time of the murder. Weren't expecting that voice. Do you know what your children were doing? Yes, Laura was studying in her room. Andrew was playing Fortnite. Alex was swimming in the pool with this friend. Is she like showing him a picture? It was this friend. Soon the detective told Jake the killer's name. Who killed the dog? I like how there's not an option where this man's family didn't murder his dog. It has to be one of these family members and this friend. If she had been sleeping, how could she know what the children were doing? It's not like she's their mom or anything and is literally in charge of where they are at all times. All right, new riddle, new voice. You inherited an old house from your rich uncle. When you were exploring the cellar, I sound like Kermit with a cold. You came across a door and opened it. And there were 3 caramel apples there. Okay, so this is, I think, an actual riddle. So that's good, at least. Let's see here. Okay. Yo, I feel like I gotta go 8 Mile on this. Yo, come right here. Yo, I'm a 7-second riddle. You could call me poor, but I'ma beat you with the weapon fiddle. You could take the high road, but I'ma take the middle. I will break you down to nothing like I whittle. I got some spittle. Nothing about me, smaller whittle. I'm in the rental, looking in the window, sentimental. What is this? Look out for my new mixtape, 5-minute raps. I was completely not paying attention to the riddle. At a luxury party. This is a luxury party. This ain't no budget affair. The power was turned off suddenly for a few seconds. When it was restored, I had to change the music because I can't get that beat out of my head. Lady Nelson found her necklace gone off. It was a luxury party. What can I say? That necklace went off. Security interviewed 4 suspects. I was talking to the mayor and he can prove it? That's it? That's your alibi? God, this guy looks like such a creep. I was dancing with Lady Nelson when her necklace gone, frankly, off. Look at his, I hate the way his mouth moves. But I didn't steal the necklace. Great defense. I was freshening up by the ventilators. What a weird sentence. Also, this guy looks guilty. I was chilling out in my armchair. Why was there an armchair at a rave? Don't look at me, I was in my armchair. It only went out for a moment. He could have like been there before the power went out, right? Sorry, I forgot that ventilators disappear when the lights turn off. I hope people aren't going to jail for this degree of evidence. All right, so this one, I guess, you're supposed to guess the brand with the emoji. You really only needed one of those emojis to guess Puma. All right, Pizza Hut. What is this one? Money Guys? The Dollar Twins? The Cash Couple? PayPal. Okay. I think they're more than just pals, but okay. Okay, guess the word. This is a puzzle where I guess we're just supposed to guess the word based on the images and using the letters that are there. We've got a homeless guy on a laptop. We've got actual garbage, a beat up truck, and someone taking out the trash. Please, God, don't let this be trash. Please just don't be. Holy shit. Are they trying to say this homeless guy is trash? Don't they know he's rich? He has a laptop. Okay, so I've been trying to give some variety of the channel, but I mentioned at the beginning that the riddles are really dark, and so now I'm gonna play some more of those. some greatest hits, if you will. But first, here's a word from our actual sponsor. Audiobook. I just thought it'd be fun to say a word from the sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Audible. Audible is the best place to listen to audiobooks, seriously. Audible has the largest selection of audiobooks on Earth, and probably other planets too. Right now, you can get a free 30-day trial of Audible if you head on over to audible.com/Jarvis or text Jarvis to 500-500. And It comes with a free audiobook. I recently just finished up An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's a sci-fi mystery about a girl who essentially becomes a viral YouTube star overnight. Can't relate. I highly recommend it. So if you want to check that out or any of Audible's other titles, remember that's audible.com/Jarvis or text Jarvis to 500-500. Now, back to these riddles.
An old man lived alone in the suburbs.
This music though, it's like you know somebody's gonna die. It was Friday when the mailman was passing by semicolon. Oh no! Jeez, that's so graphic. Why? The policeman found Tuesday's newspaper, 2 bottles of warm milk and 1 bottle of cold milk. I mean, my first guess is that it's an angry milkman who killed the old guy because he was wasting milk. Who was it? Well, we have very little information, so there are only 3 people that we can choose from. The old man, the mailman, or the policeman. It's gonna be the mailman for some reason because he's the only one who have any information about. But I wonder what their reason is. What? He knew that the old man wouldn't need a newspaper on Wednesday or Thursday. Because the mailman knew not to deliver mail on Wednesday or Thursday, he was the killer. Why did he come by on Friday? 4 friends went to a public bath every Sunday. Okay. Interesting. 4 adult men go to a public bathroom every Sunday, because that's a normal thing that totally happens. Alex usually brought a thermos and drank cocktails. All right. Sounds like you might have a problem, Alex. Andrew and Phil were lawyers. Are they about to die? Andrew and Phil were lawyers and always read their papers at the bath, so they had to be very careful not to get them wet. And Pete usually listened to music. So they don't hang out, they all go together and they spend no time actually interacting with one another. This is the saddest scene ever. Why do these guys hang out? Holy f***ing shit. Who killed him and how? 30 seconds on the clock. Now, watch as Phil bleeds out. How much you want to bet this has nothing to do with the fact that they're in a public bath? The alcoholic guy could have put a knife in his thermos. Either that or the lawyers paper cut him to death. Or any other thing happened, but if I know 7-second riddles, it was one of the friends. Is that a cactus in the back? Maybe he got stabbed with that. Yeah, Alex also could have just brought a knife. He took the thermos with him, so it really didn't matter. I mean, everyone should have seen this coming because Alex's soul patch is in the shape of an icicle, so foreshadowing. So my biggest problem with 7-second riddles is a problem I have with a bunch of these channels actually, like Factsverse and ironically Brightside. It's that their content is hyper negative in a really sensationalist way, which I ultimately think is harmful to young people due to this thing called the availability heuristic. I've been waiting for 10 minutes. The availability heuristic is basically a fancy way of saying we think things are more likely that we have more examples of. So because we have more examples of plane crashes in the news than car crashes, people might be afraid of flying more so than driving, even though flying is thousands of times safer than driving. So you take that and you combine it with the negativity bias, which is this thing us humans have where we're more attracted to unpleasant things. Also, you don't know anything about psychology. Toss in a little sprinkle of the YouTube algorithm and you can warp people's sense of reality and make them feel like the world is way bleaker than it actually is. And I actually think it's worse if these are cartoons because it appeals way more to that younger crowd. The whole negativity thing is something that I've personally benefited from with the whole worst channel on YouTube thing, because I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky guy with a positive, optimistic worldview, but just by titling a video in a negative way, I had a slew of 12-year-olds having an emotional response back at me, which just shows me how susceptible to this bias we all are. So when you build whole channels around murder and bad things happening, it comes off as a little exploitative to me. I'm sure we're all a little more afraid of something bad happening to us than is actually likely. But on the bright side, all puns intended, the world isn't actually as full of, murder or lying or riddles as this channel may make it seem. Now, unfortunately, there are also fewer luxury parties, but a man can dream. So that's about all I had for today. Is 7-second riddles the worst channel on YouTube? No, but I appreciate you watching this far anyway. It was just a RuneScape t-shirt. Thanks to Dejikted Tomatoe for messaging me on Instagram. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. If you want me to butcher your name, follow me on Instagram or Twitter @Jarvis and send me a message. Also, tiny little merch announcement. I'm wearing it. I'm also putting out these hats. Those are available right now at jarvis.clothing. So head on over there and use promo code for 15% off. Happy holidays, y'all. See you next time.